If you, yes, you, my beloved viewer, is over 40, 50, 60, in your 20s, 30s, or whatever age in which you operate your mind, body, and soul and spirit, you need to be on YouTube, but not solely consuming, because let me let you in on a little secret. You are already on YouTube, but creating in the image of our true and living Father. And when you start to act in the form of a creator, you are more being similar, not exact, but like our true and living Father. And thus, you start to live a life of utter passion, because now you start feeling as if, listen, time just starts to fly because I don't have enough time to express everything that I want to project out on this planet. And where else is a better platform than on YouTube with 2.5 billion active users, the second most used platform on the internet. And if you would like for me to instruct you with laser guided precision on how to do that, how to structure your content in a way so you start to attract people towards your mission to make the space that you occupy into a better place, join the wait list to work with me. The link is in the video description below. I've worked with the 2012 Barack Obama presidential campaign, Trump. They both became president. I got the Midas touch, baby. Hit me up. We can chop it up and we'll see if we are a good fit to operate together, where I will hold you by the hand and ensure that we stand the best chance to meet and surpass every single objective that you have set for yourself only a few weeks ago on this platform, where you can start to put together a movement of whatever magnitude that you envision and bring it to life. You have that ability by simply putting this phone in operation, filming yourself. You want to have the best quality audio that you can find. You can do that by picking up a lav mic, which only costs you a couple of bucks on Amazon. Get some lighting. If you don't have any lighting, use natural daylight. I've got a couple of lights, all cost effective. It all equates to cash money. I clocked on my best week $34,000, and I was only scratching the surface of the potential of what you can generate on this platform. There are channels that are clocking millions of dollars. I was helping fund America's entrepreneurs to the tune of $3 million during that $34,000 week, where I simply shared my link to fintech organizations with which I was partnering to get my PPP loan slash grant that was already forgiven, because I used it on payroll, and I explained the process to many of you with whom I have spoken on the Zoom calls, and you've told me, thank you, Neil, you got me through some of the toughest times that I encountered throughout the pandemic. I'll just give you a little history. I simply started to document everything that I faced throughout the pandemic, when most of my brick and mortar clients were telling me, Neil, we're all going to die. I'm slashing advertising. You are a variable expense and you got to go. I have no room for you right now. I don't even know what we're going to do. Plus, New York City forced many of my clients to shut their operations. Again, I had to find a way to generate revenue solely through the internet, where I did not have to be face to face before people and potential clients to close them. So I had already worked on YouTube for a couple of years. Nonetheless, that traction that I built, it wasn't much. It wasn't anything upon which I could simply start to express whatever it is I had to say, and it would result in having people swarm to the channel. What happened is during the first few years of me operating on YouTube, I was simply filming slice of life videos where I was conducting pranks with the kids, and I was showing off where we were traveling. We were going to Florida, we went to Colombia, and all these different places. And I made about $11,000 off of about a week of work licensing my videos. So there are several opportunities and income streams that you can tap simply by expressing what it is that you want to do. And that is where you will live your life passionately, embodying everything that constitutes what you love, and you will never work another day in your life. There's several ways to swing it. And again, many of you, perhaps you have your channels and you've encountered challenges such as I'm not getting any views. That's why. Join the wait list where I will show you exactly what you need to do so you can join the conversation that currently exists on this platform and other platforms so you're able to tap into that resource, because you will not have a movement. You will not have a mission to accomplish if you don't have people paying one of their most valuable commodities, which is their attention to what it is that you want to express. And what better of a platform than YouTube for you to go ahead and tell people exactly what you want to do, what you are encountering, how you are resolving those particular situations and problems that you are facing, those challenges, tapping every single resource available to you in this universe. That is when you'll be like, man, I just want to upload. You will not face that resistance of, I don't want to do this, because it's everything that you love to do. And if what you are doing does not constitute what you love, then simply change it. Businesses do not fail, they simply pivot. If you find that there is not a market for what you are doing, then start to put together and chop up that clown rice that I told you about and put it outside of that stadium where people are hungry for what it is that you are developing. And you have that ability right here. Again, all you need is a phone, a camera, the best quality audio, or a good enough quality audio. Always remember this term: a minimum effective dose. That's all you need to start projecting, and you got cash money available to you at any point in time. This is the best asset that I have been able to build, and you can also build it, stacking on top of your generational wealth that you want to establish on this planet to leave your legacy. And again, if you are in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, you have all kinds of experience that you can share. I was speaking to someone who's about to join, actually already joined our program, our coaching program, and he tells me he works out every day. And I don't work out every day. I work out about 6 times. Well, I used to work out about 6 times a week, but since I've been holding these calls with people on the wait list, then I have had less time to work out. So I've become a weekend warrior. Nonetheless, I'm trying to shift that. He actually motivated me. Listen, if he's doing it 7 days a week, this is what he's telling me, then I need to get on my job. It got me more hyper to get my workout done. I doubled up on some of the sets that I had to execute on Saturday and yesterday. And God willing, I'm going to work out today, and I'll get back to, at the very least, a 4 day to 6 day routine on a weekly basis. That is the type of information and motivation that you need to hear. That when you see another person that did join our program said, I wanted to join when I saw you skating. I was vlogging while I was skating one time. I'm like, if Rod's doing it, I got to get on my job. I've got to tighten myself up. Understand what I'm saying? By example. And YouTube, with its algorithms, empowered by artificial intelligence, will find the people that actually need what it is that you want to express through entertainment, through education, through news, regardless of whatever genre or capacity in which you want to envelop people and you want to involve people in your movement. This platform gives you the ability to do so. Because, of course, you can argue that there's all kinds of censorship with this, that, and the third, but I saw some stuff yesterday that has no business being on the type of family centered platform that this organization wants to ensure that it has established on the internet on this planet. So many of you, in fact, every single one of you with whom I have spoken, has told me that wants to bring to life, that you want to bring to life a noble motive. Understand? Things that comply with the principles and values that our true and living Father listed in the commandments in his law. You want to help your neighbor. And as long as you are following those guidelines and ensuring that you do everything to pay it forward with the experience that you have lived through in this lifetime, because again, it is valuable. I always say, if you are at the very least one step ahead of anybody on any topic that other people need to also learn about, then you are in the capacity to be able to teach other people. You give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, or if you give a man instruction on how to fish, he will forever eat and not need your assistance again. And you have that ability as long as you're half a step ahead, because that's how I started this. Again, remember, I wasn't a big expert on economic injury, disaster loan, grants, and PPP. Nonetheless, I had a step ahead. I know how to work with bureaucracies, and I know how to speak to people, cut through red tape. I applied those skills and showed you how I did it. When the SBA would not get back to me because of I don't know what reason, right? First thing I did was I contacted my elected representative. And I believe, did I get that tip from someone? I don't remember if I got the tip from another forum that I was visiting on the web, but I called that person, my congressman out in New York, and he had me sign a privacy release statement. And once he did that, then he got in touch with the SBA. Lo and behold, they got back to me roughly 2 to 3 weeks later, and they processed the loan, they processed the funding that I needed. I shared that information with the community, and again, that translated into funding tens of millions of dollars for America's entrepreneurs. You can go ahead and take a look at the portfolio, scroll through the library, all the videos that I dropped, see how simply edited they are. In fact, if you are over 40, over 50, over 60, we're not about consuming this dynamic content that's got jump cuts and it's going from one way to the other. It gives us, it's like, nah, it's not really gaining our attention. So you don't have to get into all that. You don't have to be a crazy editor. I take these videos with one take for the most part. Like right now, I'm not trying to edit anything in this video. And if you got some mistakes, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes pronouncing things, sometimes enunciating a few words, and sometimes it takes me a couple of takes just to get this going. Regardless, you value that. That's why people have always said, listen, thank you so much for all the information that you've provided. People such as Jonas Kogo won a $120,000 federal grant, and other people who have won grant money and have been able to make money and start their businesses as a result of watching this channel. If you do not know, you better ask somebody. Click the subscribe button and click the bell notification to stay on top of every cash making opportunity that I encounter, which is why I tell you, say no more. Go ahead and start dropping the content. You want to do it with some precision, or just go out there and explode before whatever device that you have at your disposal. Watch the video you see on the screen right now so you can learn about every single cash making and capital raising opportunity that I encounter.